everybody, welcome back to the Star Power channel. I am here in my kitchen. If you remember from a year ago, we did an episode on the Star Power channel called The Star Kitchen, where we made Breath of the Wild omelets, or really it was just a regular omelet, but I wanted to make it seem interesting. But today we're doing the next step. We're doing lunch food. We start with breakfast. Now we're on to lunch.
Hamburger.
So today what we're gonna be making some quesadillas. Not like any quesadillas from a video game, just some plain old quesadillas. But yeah, let's get over to our ingredients. So if you have any kind of spatial awareness and you were looking in the background of that last shot, you would have noticed that I already have my ingredients right there. So obviously you can't have a quesadilla without a tortilla. So we got the tortilla right here. These just regular large flour tortillas. So yeah, go ahead, pick that up. For cheese, so you know the theme on the Star Power channel. If things go the way you plan, then it's not meant to be. As always, I didn't come prepared. I should have brought shredded cheese, because that's what you should use. However, I was so focused on waiting for my parents to be out of the house that I didn't think to get the ingredients beforehand. So we got just 2 cheese squares. I did test this out. It does work, because I did this when my girlfriend was here in the past. And we did this because there was no shredded cheese. So, and it was still amazing. So, yeah, so we got that. And what we're gonna use to cook it is this big old frying pan. Number 1 step, if you're following along, wash your stuff. Wash your stuff. Do you remember what happened in the Kitchen Cooks video? All right, so we're gonna start soon. Ew, dude! Obito, wash the dishes. Why are these dishes so dirty? It ain't pretty. Make sure everything's clean, because if this is dirty and you haven't washed your pan, you're cooking your food on a dirty pan. We don't want that. So I got a clean pan. I made sure to clean it. First things first, what you're gonna do before you even prepare the quesadilla at all, you're gonna set the stove. So I'd recommend setting it to like 5, so it's nice and hot. And then while you're doing everything, it's gonna start cooking already, or it start getting warm. You know how we test that it's warm? You do that. So yeah. So to make the quesadilla, again, very simple. Some of this stuff is just like, some foods are very simple to make, but like this is America. Like we're all lazy. We don't want to do stuff ourselves. So we just imagine that it's harder than it is. I also would recommend having like meat with the quesadilla, so it's not, like just cheese. But I, again, don't have that. I mean, well, we have meat. It's just, I don't like using my dad's stuff that like I know that it's his, because I don't want to use it and then him be like, oh, where's my chicken? But we're gonna take our cheese. This is American cheese, I think. So you wanna first get like a crease line. Make sure it's nice and creased. So you can kind of see the faint line. And then you can put your cheese down. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put one in the middle, right? And then because if you put them right here, like the corners are gonna be like sticking out, You're gonna take this, and I don't know if your cheese does this, but mine does. If you fold it, it just like cuts itself. Like that's crazy. So then we get this and that. So now it's nice like that. Nice and nice. It's nice and nice.
Bane's known having was strong.
And then you're just gonna fold it up. All right, so now once you kind of got, like you do the test, you do the shimmy test, shimmy your hand over and see how the heat waves like tickle your fingers, If that's hot enough, then you start spraying on like canola oil. There you go, get a nice decent amount in there. I'm gonna let it wait a little bit so I can kind of like start spreading around on its own. I'd like to say that I'm a cook, or like that I cook, but I don't right now. I think it's again because the ingredients aren't mine, so I don't do it on my own, and I don't necessarily want to like always like do stuff like with my dad around. Sometimes you want to do it on your own, you know, you don't want someone like staring over your shoulder the entire time. Cause you know, you start to get nervous. You know, when I live in my apartment in the future, I'm hoping to be able to do that. Maybe more Star Kitchen stuff there. But right now we're just gonna do a trilogy. We're gonna do breakfast. This year is lunch. And maybe next year we'll do something special for dinner. The last cooking video was an omelet, so pretty simple. And then quesadilla, pretty simple. But next time, like I'm gonna try to like grill some beef and cook some rice and make like a nice like rice bowl like I showed at the end of my omelet video. Anyway, so yeah, we got it's kind of ready now. Now the oil is starting to spread. So I'm gonna move it down to 4 because we don't want it to keep being this hot. Unlike me, you know. Now that it's kind of ready, now I feel like it's a good time. I'm just gonna carry it over and then just plop it in. Well, you can hear like, you know, get that nice noise. And then usually you want to grab like another pan of a similar size and then place it like on top of the quesadilla. So that like it presses it all down. That might be too perfect of a size, but that's fine. You know, I usually just take a spatula and like go around and just press it. You like want to move it around. I mean, I don't know. I don't have actual techniques, guys. I'm a very amateur chef. This is very amateur things. So don't take me as like your Gordon Ramsay or anything. I like to move it around just because I get nervous. If it stays in one place, I'm scared it's gonna like burn or something. Okay, now I'll leave it alone. Maybe try the pan again. Yeah, that I feel better about that. So as you see, we kind of got it cooking over here. It's not making too much noise, but that's good. You don't want it making too much noise. One very big tip that I got from my dad, if you're trying to cook, don't leave the kitchen. Just don't. If something's cooking, don't leave the kitchen. Unless it's like guaranteed an hour it's gonna take for it to cook that you don't need to touch it, which I doubt, because usually like even soup or like pasta, you still need to mix it around. But unless it's something that you know, like it's in a slow cooker or something, don't leave the kitchen. I never took that advice seriously. I was like, I gotta change my socks or something. But you come back, your stuff's burned, okay? It's like, it's not alive anymore. Look at that. Okay, so now we flipped it over. So you like, this kind of stuff, like it happens pretty quickly. Especially if like you put a lid over it. Now all that heat is gonna be like trapped inside and it's gonna make it cook a lot faster. So like, you really don't wanna like you don't wanna expect it to take long because it's not gonna, but like, see, look at that. Look at that.
Who's your daddy?
It's so nice. But yeah, so it's just like, my favorite is like this golden brown. On the eggs with the yellow, this color is beautiful. On pancakes, you see this color, it's beautiful. You see this quesadilla, this color, it's beautiful. So like you want this color. This is your gold color. And if it starts to puff up a little bit, like I have mine, that's okay. That's fine. That's totally fine. We like them thick, you know? Lightly done. So now we're gonna flip it again. You could also flip it like this. Oh my God, I actually can't believe I just did that. But yeah, if you haven't noticed my shirt, this is the Yukihira shirt. This is from Food Wars, the main character. This is his restaurant's uniform. So I figured that for this episode and the next Star Kitchen, we're gonna be wearing this because Yukihira is my favorite anime chef. Okay, so now it's done. I'm gonna carry it over to our cutting board here. Turn off the stove, don't forget that. That's not good if you leave it on. So I'm turning into like your dad. Like I'm turning into my own dad. And now I'm like, whatever. My family has like a pizza cutter. You guys might not be able to afford that. And I'm so sorry for you. No, I'm kidding. But you guys might not have it. You could just use a knife like a boring person. But I have a pizza knife. So I'm just gonna And a lot of these foods, the omelet that I made and these quesadillas that I made, they're very basic. I wouldn't recommend doing it so basic like all the time. Like if you're trying to make like a little snack, then sure. But if you're hoping to make like an actual lunch or something, like a full meal, I'd recommend putting in some meat. That would be pretty nice in there, and like putting ham in the omelet, like stuff like that. But last of all, you can't have quesadillas without a little bit of salsa. But that's exactly what I'm doing today because we don't have any salsa. There we go. We got a nice little cat. I made a nice little cat for you guys. Here you go. Here's your seat. Sit on down. But yeah, I guess the lesson learned today was when cooking, be prepared, you know? Have the ingredients you wanna use. Make sure you have everything before you cook it, because if you realize you need it while you're cooking it, that doesn't really do anything, because your stuff is on the pan, and, you know, taste test, you know? I mean, yep. Dang, that's freaking delicious. It is actually pretty good. I mean, it's cheese, you know? And this had salsa, oh, it'd be so good. Yeah, I was very unlucky, and we haven't had quesadillas in a while here at home, so why would we have the ingredients for it? If I do an episode next time, hopefully it'll be in my apartment when I do it, and I'll be able to have all the ingredients that I have. So this is like the opposite of what that'll be. This was more of like a tutorial, I feel like. I feel like this was less of entertainment, but I hope you were still entertained, because that's always my goal for you guys. This is really good. Okay. This, a perfect snack. I'm just going to say that. It is a perfect snack. You make it in what? 10 minutes? You eat it in what? 2 seconds. Like, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. You feel more filled, and it's all good. So, it doesn't take a lot. Like I said, it was 1 tortilla, 2 slices of cheese. That's it. That's all you need. It's really simple, very easy. But again, don't do this for your lunch, because that's not enough for you. With all that said, that's it, guys. That's the video. That's all I got. That's all I got for you. I hope you guys like this. I hope this met your expectations. I know there was a lot of demand for a second Star Kitchen, and I was very excited but very nervous that I wouldn't have time to make it. But here we are. I made it. So yeah, without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Eat up, stay healthy, star power,